Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
My friend has a saying: the plans might change, but the goal stays the same. Today, we were driving past Utah, and we went into Arizona. We were heading to the north rim of the Grand Canyon when we were stopped by an officer at a road closed sign. Police cars were heading past, and as we pulled up and rolled down the window, the gentleman looked at us and said, "Y'all here with the fire crew?" We said, "No, what's going on? We're just trying to get past here. We're trying to go into the north rim of the Grand Canyon here." He's like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have to ask you to turn around. It's on fire right now." We said, "What? It's on fire? What do you mean?" And he proceeded to let us know that the whole mountain was on fire. So we had to change our plans. We wanted to get to some Whitewater National Park, but we couldn't take that route. We had to detour. Now, the plans might have changed, but the goal stayed the same. We were rerouted, and it might have taken us down a longer path or a shorter path, who knows? But we still kept the goal in mind of what we envisioned, of what we wanted to do. So, my friend, in your life, when things happen, when things change, will you flow with life, or will you stay rigid and stiff? Will you stay steadfast and firm on your plans? Or will you allow yourself to be flexible, like water? You know, water never heads down a straight line. That's why it's hard to contain it. It's ever changing, ever moving, ever flowing, but it allows for so much when it is flexible. But if we are rigid, a rigid and stiff tree that does not bend will be snapped. It can be broken. Plans can be broken. Things can change. Anything can change. Of course, with the law of impermanence. But may your goal stay the same. May you still be looking at where you are headed, even if you take different paths to the same end. All waters flow to the ocean, they say. Allow yourself to be flexible, and life will reward you. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP. That is the Open Palm Podcast here in... Where are we? We are in Arizona. No. Colorado. There we go. See? The plans might change, but the goal stays the same. Here in Colorado, my friend. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received a kind word from this episode today, letting you know that even if your plans may change and your goal stays the same, just reroute, just detour, just go around. Don't try to bust through everything, every problem. Sometimes all it takes is just a redirecting. you can advance with a tactical retreat. Share this episode with a like-minded individual, learning and growing, becoming their greatest version just like you, being all that they can be. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if this is your very first time receiving this podcast, then welcome, my friend. Happy to have you here. Definitely subscribe if you are not already for more inspirational messages like this. And if you feel compelled to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Supporting it there is much appreciated. Big love, big shout out to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate and contribute to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Stay blessed and take care, my friend. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.